Hi, I guess I'm on a roll here for making book reviews, video book reviews. I actually sat down this morning to write my summary from last week that I never made, but some books are standing out in my head, so I thought, heck, for the heck of it, let me just make a few reviews. And here's another one. This is Lisa Unger's Confessions on the 745. Now, I'm going to put the book cover on the screen as I always do so you can see a woman's on a train. So right away, I want to ask you if you remember the classic, the Hitchcockian classic, Strangers on a Train. And that's the premise. And I love it. I absolutely love it. What happens is a woman has a nanny cam. And by the way, what is her name? I'm so thinking about the story that I don't even think I wrote her name. Selena Murphy. Okay. Selena Murphy has a nanny cam. I believe she has a set of twins. It's been maybe a month or two since I read the book. And she's looking at her nanny cam and she discovers that her husband is sleeping with the nanny. So she's this is, and it wasn't the first time that she saw it. So she's sitting on the train and she's contemplating what she could do about the situation. I mean, really, that's a lot to think about. Am I going to confront him? Am I going to leave him? What am I going to do with the nanny? What if I stay with him? Am I going to fire the nanny? So these thoughts are probably what's rolling through her brain. Well, she's sitting there in deep thought, and a woman sits next to her. And the woman blurts out, "I'm sleeping with my boss." So she looks at her companion on the train and is wondering right away, why is she telling me such personal information? But as humans do, we try to find common ground, don't we? So she goes, "I think my husband is sleeping with my nanny." So boom, she blurts that out. And that's pretty much it. They chit chat for a while. One of them gets off the train and Selena, I don't know if Selena gets off first. The woman's name is Martha. I don't know if Martha gets off first, but that's it. Well, she goes home. She confronts her husband. She goes to bed. A day or so later, police knock on her door and say, "Have you seen Martha?" She goes, "No, she didn't come to work today. She didn't show up. She didn't call. She didn't show up." And the police said, "Well, we're concerned." And she goes, "Well, why are you coming here?" And they're like, "Well, she was supposed to meet her sister, I believe, either for lunch or for shopping, and she didn't show up. So her sister contacted us, and we did a well visit, or like, I forgot what it's called, but when you go to check on someone, and she wasn't at her residence, and now we're checking with you." So Martha wonders, oh my word. Not Martha, Selena wonders, oh my word. Well, why is she wondering? Because something else is happening. She gets a phone call or a text. I think they're mostly texts. "Remember me?" Yes, it's Martha from the train. So she's getting these odd texts. Her nanny is missing. And she's like, wait a minute. We only talked for a couple minutes. I don't remember giving her my number. But she's getting these odd texts. So therefore, could Martha have anything to do with the missing nanny? That's the question. So now I wrote a book review on this weeks ago, and this only just went on my blog. Let's see, what day did I put this on my blog? I'm going to check. I'm just curious. Confessions on a Train just went on my blog on the 2nd. So even though I read my books weeks and sometimes months in advance, they go up when either it's release date, or in this case, it was a blog tour, a Harlequin blog tour. Was it Harlequin or St. Martin? No, Park Royal. Okay, so I had some questions I put in this review, and I'm going to read from my review because I said in my review, I said, who was the stranger that she had this intimate conversation with? Could Martha have anything to do with the disappearance of the nanny? Why is she even getting messages from Martha now? What does Martha want, and what is her motive? Those were the questions that I put in my book review, and I felt it was worthy to share them in this video review. Now, again, the premise was Strangers on a Train from the Hitchcock movie. But the thing is, the book went down an entirely different path. As a matter of fact, it was Twists and Turns, which is a term that's often used, if not overused in book reviews, because the book just went in different directions, and there were well-placed red herrings along the way as well, and there were clues. Some clues were obvious and some clues were not so obvious, but the bottom line is, where's the nanny, and what, if anything, did Martha have to do with it? That's all I'm going to tell you. I'm going to leave you hanging. I am, because I want you to read the book. It's called Confessions on the 745. The author's name is Lisa Unger. I don't know why I just mispronounced her name. I've read other books by her, and I was more than eager to read this one, and I want you to read it too. So I'm going to put the link to the book in the description below, and if you want to get it, grab it. And as I may mention in my description, I'll mention here, as an Amazon affiliate, if you purchase the book, I get a very, very, very small commission, but it won't affect your cost. But it's something that I feel like I should mention. So that's it. Confessions on the 745 by Lisa Unger, and I hope you read the book. Bye-bye.